So a new visual was introduced, the smart narrative. Sounds pretty good. Let's see how smart it actually is. Now, if you're visiting us for the first time, then make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on all of the Power BI features. So let's talk about the Smart Narratives visual. The idea is that it gives you the key insights on the basis of the visuals in your data, so that the end consumer sees the key points straight away, okay? And that you direct the attention to the right points. And all of that is done automatically for you. So that also means when you refresh your report, it regenerates those insights for you and is nicely interactive. So if you filter on one visual, the values in this smart narrative also get filtered. Now, that also means that you don't have to copy and paste visuals to PowerPoint to write some extra text that explains what's going on. No, that is a thing of the past. All of that happens inside of your report. So it's a preview feature, so that means we have to turn it on first. Let's go to File, then Options and Settings, and then let's go to Options, and then Preview Features, and then here you can turn on Smart Narrative Visual. Now once you have that turned on, you have to restart Power BI and the new visual will show up. To test this new visual, we have a data set on patients that were checked if they had a heart disease. So we will be looking at factors like cholesterol level, heart rate, blood pressure. There's a difference between male, female, okay? And let's see what the smart narrative is able to pick up. So you find it in the visualization pane, right next to the Q&A feature. You see it's this one. Let's click on it. So what was generated is basically just a text box with all of the key points that it thinks are important, looking at the visuals that we have on a report. Okay, so let's go over some of the points and see if they make sense. So here it says percentage of patients without a heart disease and percentage of patients with a heart disease diverged the most when the chest pain was atypical angina. It's just a type of heart chest pain. When percentage of patients without a heart disease were 64% higher than percentage of patients with a heart disease. And now let's have a look at the visual this refers to, and that's this column chart here. So this first point directs our attention to the right part. So here we have this type of chest pain, atypical angina, okay? This is quite an interesting insight, although I probably would have written it a little bit shorter though. So let's see if we can change that. So I'm gonna go here, and you see it doesn't let me do that, okay? And also, if I want to make a change in the formatting to highlight maybe that 64%, it's not possible. The only thing that I can do is to select the whole block and then give that a different color, but that's also not what I want. Okay, so that's not great. So everything that gets generated for you like this, you cannot make many changes to it. You can, however, see what is calculated. So if I click here, then it tells me what it calculated. So the difference between percentage patients with a heart disease and percentage patients without a heart disease for chest pain with max difference between them. Okay, so it does give you a little bit of background here. Let's now have a look at the second point. So percentage patients with heart disease and total percentage patients without a heart disease are negatively correlated with each other. Well, that's kind of obvious. So that point doesn't work very well with our data set here. Now, also these other 3 points that we have here, they make somewhat sense, although maybe it's not exactly what you would have picked as the main focus points of your visuals. It is a nice feature and it's quite impressive what it's able to generate. However, it's probably not at a point where you can just leave it like it is and then share that report. So instead of using the smart narrative visual, what could make sense is to insert a text box and then write the sentences for what we think are the focus points with placeholders for the corresponding values. Okay, now let's do this from scratch. So here I have a new text box, and the big difference now is that I have this new part of the text box where I can add a value and review my values. Okay, so let's start with some text. So I'm gonna have here my patient summary. And on the first line, I just want to have the total number of patients. Now, because these points are not auto-generated that we're gonna have here, we can format everything. So we have full flexibility. So I'm gonna select everything and make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so let's add our first value now. So I'm gonna go to my text box options, and then here you see we have now value that we can add, and they integrated this Q&A feature where you can add a question. Okay, so I want to have the total number of patients, and here it gives me total number of patient ID. Okay, that's good, and that will give me 303. So basically how many rows we now have in our data set. Okay, so here we also can assign a name for this value. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this to here. And then also important, you can set up the formatting. Okay, so here we have a whole number, and let's save it. You see, it pops up now in my text box. Now, if you want to change the formatting, it's easiest to use your keyboard and then to select the 303 that we have here. Then go here and make the font size a little bit bigger. Maybe we want to also have a different font color like orange. And let's make it bold. Okay, and this value changes if I interact with my report. Okay, so let's also add a sentence to show what percentage of these 303 people were diagnosed with a heart disease. So I'm gonna write here of which, and then we will have a value was diagnosed with a heart disease. Okay, so let's go to our placeholder here and add a value. So you can always try to ask a question about the data to see if it can generate the calculation that you need. Otherwise, you have to add a measure to your data model and use that. Okay, so in this case, I already have a measure. So I'm gonna refer to that percentage of patients with a heart disease. Now you see the IntelliSense feature picks it up. Let's select it. Then let's select our formatting, which is a percentage, and then also give it a name. I'm just gonna copy it from up there, and let's save it. So you see the new value pops up over here, so you can edit it at any time. And also here we can just change the formatting, then make this orange again and bold. Okay, so now I want to highlight the key differences between heart patients and those who tested negatively. We can look at blood pressure, for example. Now here I want to have my next value. So I'm interested in the average blood pressure, but then only for those that were diagnosed with a heart disease in the end. So I'm gonna say where a heart patient was yes. Okay, so that worked in this case, so I don't have to write a new measure for that. Okay, so let's then also change the name here. And now this is a decimal, so I'm gonna format it as a decimal number with 2 decimals. Let's save it. And I want to compare that with the average blood pressure for those that did not diagnose with a heart disease. So here I'm gonna just paste in the same sentence as before. And the only difference is that I want to have here no. And you see that in this case, the result doesn't display correctly. Okay, so maybe we just have to write it a bit differently. You can also say lower than, bigger than, so different from yes. Let's see if that works. And you see that one worked. Okay, so let's take that sentence and use it as the name for this value and change the formatting as well. Then let's update the formatting. Let's make the values orange and size 14. And just like this, we can build our whole narrative. The beauty is that it will nicely update and it's also interactive. Okay, so when I select here, for example, male only, You see the values now also reflect that. So you see that the value placeholders that you can now use inside of your text boxes are really useful. However, it might sometimes still require you to write your own measures to get the logic that you are looking for. Now, a few points still to point out. Now, to insert the smart narrative visual, you can do it here from the visualization section. You can also just right click on a certain visual and then click on summarize. So you see, it just then generates the key insights, but only for that visual that you're summarizing. So these summary points are kind of interesting, but most of the times miss the key point. For example, for this scatter plot where we have the heart rate on the horizontal axis and the cholesterol level on the vertical axis, tells us, okay, the majority of the points were above the 149 average heart rate, max average heart rate, and above the 246 cholesterol level. Okay, that's interesting, but not the main thing I was hoping for. And it also points out that this here is the outlier. Now, of course, this is a preview feature and a super starting point, but hopefully these insights will become better and better. Now, of course, keep in mind that it doesn't work for all of the visualizations yet. They have here a list of limitations. Now, maybe also something to consider is that if you think it takes too much space on your report, then just show and hide it with a button. Okay, so you can just add a button so that when you click on it, it opens the smart narrative box. And if you then want to close it, you just add a closing button to hide it again. Now you can easily set this up with bookmarks. If you want to know how, just follow this link. And that's it for the smart narrative. So I really believe that there's a lot of potential for this visual, and I'm excited to see where this will go. For the time being, I probably would use text boxes and then write these sentences myself, and then insert the value placeholders. Now maybe you also have good ideas of how this visual should be further improved and how you would implement it in your reports. So let's continue the conversation in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next video.